do not respect our laws. They don't respect our country. They don't respect us as South Africans. We see them tormenting us on social media all the time.
There are no borders in South Africa, in Africa. There are no borders. Some of you say, no, President, leave this thing of borders. The other one,
Comfortable with having to move away from comforts that they've had for many years and protection that they've had, which was not supposed to be there.
European country. And over the past 32 years, we have destroyed it. Those are the facts. The fact of the matter is that in 1994, we had the most industrialized economy in Africa.
To court, then a court sentences you. Then by law it means you must be. We can confirm that they continue.
So Jacinta on BBC and on a Ghanaian TV station clarifies why they have decided to march and not thinking about their authorities involving themselves or probably allowing them to do their job. And also the South African law enforcement, they are on the streets demolishing structures, unauthorized structures, and also arresting illegal foreigners on the street and in shops that they are hiding. Bro, it's not easy. And also Julius Malema is addressing South Africans and saying certain things to them just to open their eyes to the bigger picture. And also I have other people sharing their thoughts about what is going on in South Africa currently. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. You don't lose anything by liking. Just give the video a thumbs up. Let's go into the video, watch, come back and talk.
To start this kind of program? And also, do you not think that your actions are xenophobic?
That's the very reason why we started this movement, because we are tired of being labeled as xenophobic every time we're trying to do the right thing for our country. And the fact that we keep being called xenophobic has made a lot of South Africans to sit back and be fearsome of what's going to follow. The international world is going to say, oh my God, South Africans are xenophobic. And we know for a fact we're not xenophobic. We can't be living with these people for so many years. And now, when we're saying it's too much, it's enough, we are told that we're xenophobic. People who are from outside of South Africa do not respect our laws. They don't respect our country. They don't respect us as South Africans. We see them tormenting us on social media all the time. We see them creating spaces like this where we are the ones that are scared to walk into those places because they want those places to be comfortable for themselves.
So there's been this assertion that, undocumented, particularly African migrants, are behind crime in this country. Do you have statistics that can back up that claim?
Well, the Hawks had a press briefing, and I can show you the video where they confirm that 60% of all organized crime in the country is done by illegal immigrants. And we recently saw a letter from the Minister Senzo Mchunu, who was confirming that most of these drug cartels are run by Nigerians. 6 of the 9 provinces have kingpins that are from Nigeria, and that's exactly why we're here, because here is a place that's called Lagos now, which is Point Road in Durban. It's known as a place that's called Nigeria now because there's so many Nigerians and other nationalities living here. They do drugs in front of everyone, in broad daylight, in front of the police station. Yeah, definitely, because they're so brazen. They don't care. They bribe our police officers, and we told them this right in their faces. We told them, we know you're taking bribes, and so many incidents have happened after that where police were actually even asking bribes. And there's one of the people who was bribed today who went and opened a case from the very same police. So we're tired of this because it means that we now are not safe in our own country, because we've got people walking in and out of the border because our government doesn't seem to see it as a problem that our borders are just open and anyone can walk in. And then they come and live in our communities. They evict people who are South Africans. They take over these spaces. They take over tuck shops. You show all those shops.
South African laws allow them to do that.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do.
They don't.
The fact that people do not get arrested once they have committed a crime, the fact that they are let go, it means that they believe that they can be a law unto themselves.
Can I make you an example so that you know that the law doesn't allow them? Recently, now, the court ruled that Johannesburg precinct South Africans, the bylaws need to be enforced, and those bylaws say it's South Africans that are supposed to be trading. But do you know that majority of the people that were trading there were foreigners? It's only now that South Africans are saying we're tired of our laws not being respected, that they're actually enforcing those bylaws and removing people who are not South African. Our laws do not allow for people who are undocumented to live in buildings. Our laws do not allow for people who are undocumented to run businesses and open the streets. They don't allow that. But you know, if you go and tell the police what they're going to tell you, we don't have the capacity. Because that's what our police tell us all the time when we are trying to fight the crimes and the illegal activities that are going on in this country. They tell us they don't have the capacity.
Reasons for your actions, but you would also agree with me that your actions have been widely condemned, especially by other African nations. What is your justification?
I don't expect people to be comfortable with having to move away from comforts that they've had for many years and protection that they've had, which was not supposed to be there. Unfortunately, this time, even if the critics are there, even if they call us xenophobic, at the end of the day, immigration laws are there for a reason and they are meant to be respected. And that's exactly what we're advocating for.
You cite immigration laws, but you are a leader for the group. Why don't you leave that for the authorities in your country to take that on?
Which authorities? The same ones that we are marching to demand them to do their job. Because you have authorities, they're going to enforce the laws of the country. We've got a country that's riddled with corruption from government right through to officials, even to ordinary South Africans. And that's why this has been going on for so long. And that's why we've decided to stand up against it, because our very same authorities are the same people that are enabling these actions to continue and the lack of enforcement of immigration laws, which is why even yesterday when we were marching to different police stations that we know are the ones that are enabling this to continue.
During your protest or your establishment of your concerns, have you in any way allowed or seen anyone abuse any foreign national and you looked on?
We do not advocate for abuse of anyone. I continuously say this. There's March and March. There's about hundreds of other organizations in the country that are anti-illegal immigration. And that is the correct term, anti-illegal immigration. While all of that is going on, all of us are trying to work within the confines of the law. However, there are communities that are taking matters into their own hands, and we always strongly condemn that, because when we say go back and fix your country, when we say that, it's because we want South Africa and Africa to function as different countries, as neighbors, and to thrive in each individual African country.
The banks in Nigeria are owned by black Nigerians. They own properties. Nigerians in that entertainment industry, they are not competing with South Africa. They are competing with America. When you see a Nigerian artist, when you see a music video of a Nigerian, you will mistaken it for Americans. They are moving. You are busy with machete here. People are working on themselves. People are beginning to appreciate that there is nothing better about America. Africa is more beautiful and more richer than America. Even here in Africa, we can do it. There are no borders in South Africa, in Africa. There are no borders. Some of you say, no, President, leave this thing of borders. The other one even sent me a message that, President, can we get a secret ballot on borders? If you are not a dictator, make us members to vote if we want borders or not. But the reality is, there are no borders. You want me to give you a ballot paper to vote on whether you want imperialism or not. Yet you joined an anti-imperialist organization. Everything that reflects imperialism, we reject it in totality. We don't want to see it. We can't vote about that. It's not open for discussion. There are no borders in Africa. These borders were imposed by imperialism.
You had 51 million black people. This was in 1994. And you had 2.8 million white people build this country up to the standard of being a European country. And then we continue, you'll hear, And this is something I've been speaking about now for years, but you always get hate. You'll be called a coconut. You'll be called a self-hating black person for merely speaking the truth, because it's almost as if the truth is contagious. This truth is allergic. Our people are allergic to the truth in this country, and all across the diaspora, we're allergic to hard, honest truth. That white people came here and they built this country up to the standard of being a European country. And over the past 32 years, we have destroyed it. Those are the facts. The fact of the matter is that in 1994, we had the most industrialized economy in Africa. We had a functioning electrical grid, the most advanced electrical grid in the developing world, might I add, ESCOM, right? Most black people in this country did not have electrical access, but I think it was the Department of Trade and Industry, something like that, kept on warning the presidency that, guys, you need to build infrastructure because supply has to meet the ever increasing demand. And we failed to do that. State-owned enterprises, SAA was one of the best airlines on the African continent, run by the apartheid state. We know what happened with SAA. We know what Zuma did. We know what the corruption, the cadres and the Guptas did to SAA. The railway system was one of the best in the world, right? Our ports were functioning. Today, our ports are one of the worst in the world, objectively speaking, right? It's like black people fail to build. Then I asked myself, you know what? We fought white people for quote unquote liberation. Then you look at it, it's like we fought white people because this Separate Amenity Act, it's not fair. It's not fair. We said, no, white people, we want access to the schools. We want access to the universities. We want access to the economy. Then we take those things and we destroy it. The economy, we failed to build our economy. 10 years, our GDP has been stagnating in South Africa. Our gross fixed capital formation is below the historical average that you need. We're not building into the productive capacity of the economy. What that does that result in? It results in unemployment. It results in poverty for your people. Black people wanted the economy, but they don't grow the economy.
The South African president has appointed a bunch of new ministers, and I'm going to drop the list here. And while the actual inhabitants of the land were busy chasing West Africans and black people out of their country, let's take a look at the new ministers that are going to be ruling over them now, that are going to be deciding their fates and futures. Meet Mr. John Steenhuisen, Deputy Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition. Up next is Mr. Jack Bloom, Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation. Then we have the lovely colored Miss Alexandra Abraham, Deputy Minister of Electricity and Energy. That's some serious power right there. And then we have Mr. David Maynier, Minister of Forestry, Fisheries, and the Environment. White man is in charge of your environment, your forests, and your fish in the waters, the fish in your international waters. David Maynier is in charge of it. Next up is Mr. Willem Oukamp, Minister of Agriculture. Woo! Look at the smile on the boy. Thank God you're not let me not say it. Anyways, he's in charge of South Africans' food now. And lastly, we have Mr. Yusuf Kasim, Deputy Minister of Higher Education. We got Taliban Boko Haram. I'm sorry, I had to do it. I had to. But Mr. Yusuf Kasim is now in charge of higher education. This South Africans don't have a problem with. Go back to your country.
Korean journalist asked a South African minister the question everyone else was too scared to ask. What happened next says everything about where we are as Africans right now. This week in Pretoria, journalist Ireti Bakare Yusuf from Nigeria read our minister's own words back to her. A comment about Nigerian drug dens and asked directly, will you apologize? She asked the minister to apologize. The minister said no, and instead asked for respect. Now afterwards, an official reportedly threatened to remove the journalist from the room. Here's my read on it. That journalist wasn't starting a war. She was speaking the truth in love. Asking for respect while dodging the question isn't love. It's avoidance in a nicer outfit. And to my fellow Africans watching, A hard question isn't an attack on a nation. Our tension is real, but every hard exchange doesn't have to make us enemies.
Other African nations have never liked South Africans, ever. Let's just be real. Let's just be honest. You guys have never ever liked South Africans. South Africa has won so many sporting events. We have one of the best rugby teams in the world. We have one of the best cricket teams in the world. We're top 5 netball teams in the world. Athletics, we're doing the most. Swimming, we're doing the most. Like, we've always just been that team. And I know for a fact most African nations don't even know this because they don't support South Africans. They don't see us. They don't like us. You guys are just lucky you now have an excuse to show your hatred and bitterness. An excuse that's so far-fetched, by the way. Like we've won without your support. So I don't know this. Like, I don't get it. It's nothing new. We've done the most. We've won without any of your support.
Go to all the clubs in Nigeria, especially the ones in Lagos. You have South Africans there. South Africans are there with big bomb doing strippers. Now they won't spoil our men. They want to snatch us bands away from Nigerians. But when you come, and then they talk say, oh, now Nigerian men are coming to South Africa to take South African take South African women. But now they all the clubs. They they carry big yash with stripper pants. They disturb Nigerian women for South Africa. But now you are pursuing Nigerians to South Africa. South Africa leave Nigeria also. Yes, aura for aura, no time for nonsense. I'm coming for you people. Wait, I'm very busy now. I'm coming for you people. As a busy on our heads, they craze. We're busy a small thing. Or people you want to do what's it called? When you want to do activism, your activism is to come to fellow blacks. You start shouting Nigeria name don't come to that thing for our mouths because of our nonsense government. So we they get next thing every small thing Nigeria. Una be. When they talk to Nigerians, una they quest.
Residents of Johannesburg, we are here with the executive mayor. Now we are here, as you can see, King George Street in the inner city of Johannesburg. We're continuing with our operation. We're checking compliance issues in the shops that are operating in this area. We have identified previously that in terms of outdoor laws in the city, the shops have advertised their shops in a way that they are not complying. So we'll be looking into that. We're also looking on issues of city power, the buildings that are owing city power in terms of electricity, buildings that are owing the city in terms of the rates and taxes. We're also monitoring that. As you can see behind me, the shops are already closing. As they see us, they close. But we are actually continuing with our work, and we are reaching out also to residents of the city to make sure that they comply. They make themselves understand the laws of the city, get to know the laws of the city, understand the laws of the city. Whether you are in a residential area or you are in a business area, you need to understand how bylaws how you should comply in terms of bylaws. So we're calling upon all residents of Johannesburg. We really need your cooperation.
My friend, listen first. Listen. We must not trade anymore. We went to court with the owners. We're now trading. So you broke the court. So we must ask this ladies in uniform to arrest you for breaking the law. Then they charge you with breaking court contempt of court. Then we take it to court, then the court sentences you. Then by law it means you must be.
We can confirm that they continue to undermine the instructions as given by the city and by the courts, and they continue to trade illegally in the building. So we are now here to enforce, and will now be forced to then effect the court order and remove all the illegal structures once the city is ready with the necessary resources and equipment. So we are not going to be folding back. We are pushing the program to reclaim the city of Johannesburg and ensure full compliance with bylaws of the city.
So we want to tell when people are inside the shop. Don't you tell when there are people inside. Never. Don't you let people inside the house? There's a way out the other side. Oh yeah,
No, babaje, no, babaje. Why are you running away? Why are you running away? Why are you guys running away?
Those people that want to get injured and never.
And you jump it, young as it. Why Babalega? Why Babalega? Show some paper, Kuning kok wrong lang. Melekul. Bahay ngaksan. Nibalekelani? Yey. Hey, Mo.
Who's dodging this door?
Can we come out? Can we come out?
Why is closing the door? There's people here, but you're closing the doors. What's wrong?
Which one is open? This one or that one? Come the side. Yeah, tell this home security to open. There's people there. There's people who came to buy your making them inside. Why? So open.
Why are you closing? Open.
You see, when you listen to Jacinta, trust me, most of the things that she's saying, it actually makes sense, honestly. If you ask me, it makes sense a lot. But you know, the way they are going about it is the issue. We have reiterated this several times on this platform. The way they are going about it is the issue. Because allowing people to loot, to unalive people, beat up people, that is where we have the problem. We've had cases, we've had reports of people's shops being looted, we've seen videos, a whole lot of things. These are the issues. We don't have a problem if South Africans are unemployed and they want to be employed and they feel foreigners are blocking their way and they want foreigners out of their country. There is no issue. That's your country. But do it in a very polite way. We are humans. The way you go about things is very, very, very important. You understand? You can be speaking to someone and you might use, let's say, a vulgar word, but the way you even use that vulgar word towards that person means a lot. So the way you guys are going about it is the issue, and that's what people are complaining about. So for me, honestly, I respect whatever she's trying to do for her country, but honestly, the way they are going about it is the issue. Now, there is the authorities themselves. They are on the streets and they are basically searching people's shops to find illegal foreigners and also demolishing unauthorized structures. This is what we have been talking about. Leave it for the authorities. If they are doing it, they will do it in a good way. You understand? Or the legal way. That's all we are saying. So please, thank you so much for watching.